On the agenda tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Roger Daltrey performing Baba Riley 3 weeks ago. Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to another analysis video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So, this is going to be an interesting video because a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago, I can't remember how long ago it was, but I was looking at a performance by a very well-known band, and it turned out that the vocal wasn't live, that it was being lip-synced. Now, in response to that video, I had a few comments from people saying, well, the particular singer that we were looking at is 76 years of age, so why would you expect him to be singing live? Well, especially in the original key. So if you're expecting somebody of that age to be singing live, then, you know, you're a bit delusional. You've got to expect it's going to be lip synced. So, entering the stage now, we have Roger Daltrey. Roger is 80 years of age, and this was recorded, and it's just crowd shot footage from 3 weeks ago. So, we're going to have a listen to this, and it might be a quick video for tonight, but it's just a bit of a response really to those people who commented about that previous video and that singer who was not doing it because he was 76, and you'd be a fool to expect that he was going to do it live, and now listening to somebody 4 years his senior to see what's going on. But let's get this up on screen and see how Roger gets on. This is where I jump in to say that, ladies and gentlemen, Roger is not only singing this live, and it is clearly live, and I've isolated the vocal and run it through the pitch monitoring software for you as well, so you can see how accurate he still is at 80 years of age, but it is in the same key as the original. I mean, that is what's crazy. And that other singer that I was talking about, I did feature a performance by him that was about 10 years ago where he'd taken it down a tone and a half, so that's 3 semitones, so it was a dramatic drop in pitch so that he could perform it live. But then on the recent tour, it's now back where they originally recorded it, and the vocal of course is absolutely spot on and perfect because it's being lip synced. But here in the original key, I mean, this is absolutely mind-blowing. And again, it's going to bring into the discussion about ticket prices and all this kind of stuff, and the comments that I got from some people saying, well, the particular artist was really popular, now they're too old to do it anymore, and you should know that, but you're paying for the experience of just being able to hear it. I mean, I don't know, I don't really subscribe to this line of thought that you're paying a ridiculous amount of money to listen to a lip-synced vocal and something that isn't live. For me, and again, I think, certainly to my mind, this has more credibility and it has more authenticity. And for me, I would pay money to see this, and I wouldn't pay the same money to see somebody who isn't doing this. He's actually doing this live. I mean, it is absolutely unbelievable, but it is testament to his vocal ability and his vocal technique. And that's something that I mentioned about that video, where, you know, we're talking, what, 50 years ago? Something like that. It was late 70s. So, yeah, we are getting close to that time period from that performance to this performance being in the same key. But also just the fact that he's rock and roll. He just gets up there. He does it. And his vocal technique allows him to do it. I said in that performance in the late 70s that he's hitting these notes, you know, A4, top end of the male tenor range, but you'll see in this performance he's hitting a C5, that he has the vocal technique, the support, and the ability to do this, to not strain his voice. And the fact that he's still got this, you know, now is testament to that technique, but it's just amazing to hear it. Again, this A4 is absolutely bang on. And because this is a live vocal, you would expect it to be, you know, slightly off pitch anyway. I mean, the fact is, and this isn't auto-tuned, it's not pitch corrected. This is Roger's real pitch accuracy coming through. Great singers have got this ability to hit these lines, you know, now and again. It's not always going to be consistent, you know, because that is pitch correction. This isn't edited, so he's slightly flat here, but his vocal's got the freedom to go where it goes. Because we are focusing on Roger's voice, I'm just going to skip it forward. Yeah, I mean, this is great because, I mean, the song is relentless. When you're looking at the range that we're hitting, these A4s and F4s and, you know, G4, being in and around the top end of the male tenor range consistently, it's just great. Let me just move it on a little bit here. And I think the only reason that this is possible as well is because of the rock and roll attitude of not caring if it's ever so slightly flat or sharp. That's where you get the best vocal performances, is where the singer can just do what they want. And this is Roger going out, not caring. And that's what artistry is all about. He's just going to go out there, he's going to sing, he's going to do what he does, and you can either like it or not, but he doesn't really care. And that's what rock and roll is all about, and that's what the Who were all about. It's just giving you their sound rather than giving you a vocal and then having the self-consciousness of thinking, oh, that wasn't good enough, let me now change it so that it sounds a bit better than it was. To me, that isn't rock and roll. That is, I don't know, being too self-conscious, and that carefree attitude of just it is what it is. You know, for me, that is very much a personality of the overall sound and the personality of the band back when they started, and when they put on live performances, they maintain that personality. And recently, somebody asked me in a live stream, what's the secret to the longevity of the Rolling Stones? Like, how can they keep on doing it? And my answer was authenticity and just doing the same thing the way that they've always done it. And it is that rock and roll attitude of, we don't care if you don't like what we do because we're going to do it anyway. And that's just what the Rolling Stones have done throughout their career. That's what the Who have done. And that's what Roger's done throughout his whole career. It's not really caring about people's opinions. Yeah, I'm just going to let this play on at least till the end of the vocal so we can hear it. And there you go, there's a C5 right at the end from Roger. And of course, you know, we get instrumental here. And I'm just going to move it over to the side so you can see a little bit of Roger's mic technique. Should I say mic swinging technique. I mean, it's great because, yeah, everything's in there. I wanted to do this video just to show that some vocalists are doing this. They are still providing a vocal at this kind of level. I've also featured on the channel Shirley Bassey, who, yeah, later on in her career just maintained this vocal quality. And I just want to throw out there that don't assume a singer who used to be great, who is now older, is lip syncing because they obviously can't do it because they're too old. There are some singers who are genuinely still doing it live, and they are a lot older than they used to be. But I mean, that's my one thing that I wish people knew when people were doing it live and when people weren't doing it live, so that they could give the recognition to the singers that aren't lip syncing just because of their age. They're getting out there and they're still doing it. They're still providing you with a top quality vocal because of how they've looked after themselves, how they've looked after their voice. I think those kinds of artists, singers, performers should get that recognition. And for me, there is a difference between a performer who is lip syncing and a performer who is still singing live. I personally value that singer who's still doing it live more. I think there's more to that. There's more work that's gone into that to keep your vocal at that level. Lip syncing just doesn't quite do it for me. And if it was a choice to go and see Roger doing it live or seeing somebody else lip syncing their greatest hits, I would choose Roger. You know, all day, twice on Sundays, because that's what I love. I love live vocals. I love live performances. And, you know, I do accept that some people have got the viewpoint of, well, if somebody was really popular back in the day and now they have to lip sync, then it shouldn't make any difference. Yeah, I guess because I'm a musician and, you know, a singer myself, I know what goes into it, and I do value that, you know, above everything else, just being able to do it. And especially this is massively impressive from Roger. So I thought I'd bring your attention to Roger Daltrey being able to perform live. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Keep those suggestions and requests coming for future videos in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!